Welcome back, design students. In this video, we're going to build the controls for the eyes. And we're going to do this in a couple of different stages. We're first going to build a control to move the eye left and right and up and down. And then we're going to add some custom controllers to the eye control object so that we can control the position of the eyelids, the diameter of the pupil, and we're also going to add a little custom controller to the eye control object to control whether or not the power light is on or off. But all of that is going to be in another video. So let's get started creating controls for the eyes. Let's start by switching to the front view by pushing F on your keyboard. And then let's go to the Create tab, and we're going to create a circle. I want to create from the center, so get sort of right in the middle of the eye and create a circle. And it's relatively small, but out in front of the eye. And then let's switch to the left viewport by hitting L on the keyboard. Get the Move tool and move it out in front. And then let's switch back to the perspective viewport and go from wireframe to default shading if need be. And I'm going to turn off edged faces as well. And then let's go to the Modify tab. Go ahead and rename this CC_I and give it, it's already got three sides and it's a thickness of 2. And I'm going to give this a color that I like better. I'm going to make a custom color. I'll make it like a bright yellow. Now the way we want this to work is we want the eye to follow the eye controller wherever it goes. So we're going to need a helper for this. So let's go to the Create tab and get Point Helper. Sorry, I'm not in the Helpers tab. Point Helper and click anywhere. And then let's go to the Modify tab to turn off creation. And we're going to fully align this to the eyeball. So we need to select the Move tool and use Alt-A and then click on the eye. And we need to make sure that orientation is also selected and that we're aligning with the pivot point. Now we can't see this because it's very small. So come over here to the Modify tab with it selected and drag the size out so you can see it. And then while we're here, let's name this PT CTRL_I. So what we need to do now is orientation constrain the eyeball to the helper. So select the eyeball, go to Animation, Constraints, Orientation Constraint, and click on the eye helper that you just created. And the next thing we need to do is apply a constraint from the point controller to the eye control object. And the constraint we need to use is called a Look At constraint. So select the point controller, go to Animation, Constraints, Look At, and click on the eye control object. And it's going to flip out like that, but that's okay. All we need to do is come over here to the command panel and check Keep Initial Offset. And now let's test this controller out. Select the eye controller and move, and the eye should follow. Always hit Control-Z to put things back in their original position. And then let's clean these up by freezing the transforms. You can select both the new controllers that we've just created and Alt right click and freeze the transforms. One final thing we need to do is open up the controls layer and open up the helpers layer. And you can see that the point control for the eye has ended up in the controls layer. So let's just click and drag it into the helpers layer. So we're moving right along and controlling our character. In the next video, we'll begin to build some custom controls to have more control over the eye and the eyelids and the power light. And I'll see you then.